Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Oh, you're going to love this. After months of bragging about destroying Iran's military, Donald Trump, your president, is now saying he left Iran's military untouched for the most part. Basically, fam, this is equivalent to somebody saying they had a problem with somebody, but they let them make it. Come on, fam. This country cannot be ran like this, family. This is the highest office in the land. I mean, good Lord. Anyway, fam, let's go into this article in the Independent. This is wild, man. This dude is wild. Trump now says U.S. left Iran's military alone after weeks of boasting that he destroyed its forces. Donald Trump has now said that Iran's military was largely untouched by U.S. strikes over the past 3 months, contradicting countless statements he has made and continues to make about the scale of America's successes in the ongoing war. The president spoke in an interview that aired Saturday with his daughter-in-law, Lara Trump, on Fox News. As the war in Iran now runs past the 3-month mark, the U.S. remains mired in a stalemate with Iran under the shadow of a shaky ceasefire that Trump is now considering and offered to extend for another 60 days. A war that the president and his team have long insisted would be over in days or even just a few weeks is now at a flashpoint, with the U.S. having proven largely unable to forcibly open the Strait of Hormuz, a key waterway for global energy shipping traffic. Negotiations continue, but details of a pending agreement to extend the ceasefire indicate that the sides are still far apart on the eventual question of Iran's nuclear program, including its future enrichment capabilities. On Saturday, Trump gave another description of the U.S. operation and seemed to break from his past claims of having obliterated Iran's military. After saying Iran's Navy and Air Force were totally gone, the president then commented on Iran's military, telling Lara Trump, "Their military, we've sort of left it alone because we think that the military is somewhat moderate. We've actually left their military alone." People would be surprised to hear that. You damn skippy people would be surprised to hear that, Donnie, because you told us, the American people, that the war was over on the first day. Family, can we trust anything this guy says? Anything. I mean, anything. If he would lie about that, what else has he lied about? I mean, he's telling blatant lies that can be proven. Eventually, look, we all knew that he hadn't obliterated Iran's army anyway, right? We knew he hadn't obliterated their military anyway because Iran kept hitting back. Every time they hit, Iran is hitting back. So it wasn't a situation like Venezuela. Yeah, it wasn't even a situation like Iraq. The first Iraq. It wasn't a situation like that. Iran was holding it down the entire time. And America loves to get down on the ground and put the flag in the ground and say, look at us, we won, and, dance on the graves. They love doing that. None of that happened. None of that happened in Iran. Trump went on to claim that leaving Iran's military intact was necessary to keep the country from collapsing into chaos, as had occurred in areas of Iraq and Syria with the rise of the Islamic State, partially caused by the power vacuum resulting from the U.S.-led purge of Saddam Hussein's party from Iraq's government after the 2003 invasion. And we can stop right there, fam. So let me get this straight. So we spent billions of dollars on a nothing burger. No peace, higher prices, Strait of Hormuz closed, Iran still able to make nuclear weapons. Interesting. All of that money. And now they're saying part of this deal package with Iran is that they're going to give Iran $24 billion to rebuild, $12 billion up front. If everything goes cool, they'll give Iran the other $12 billion. Now, the key, the biggest part of the deal is they want Iran to swear that they won't continue their or resume their nuclear program. They don't want that enriched uranium. They don't want it. They don't want them dealing with that. They don't want them investing in that program at all. And so that's the biggest hangup. I'm gonna tell you this, fam. Iran does not trust America for good reason. Remember now, they were in the middle of negotiations when the U.S. attacked Iran. They're smack dead in the middle of negotiating, and the U.S. attacked them. They do not trust the U.S. for good reason. I wouldn't trust them either. So I don't see Iran giving up its nuclear program. If they did that, what would be the upside for them? America ain't finna go in there. They're not about to go in there and so-called obliterate the country. They're not gonna wipe the country off the map. 90 million people, that's not gonna happen. The world is not going to let that happen because you hit Iran, you wipe 90 million people off the map in Iran, who's next? That's the way any smart leader would look at that and say, no, man, we can't allow that to happen. So they would be better off, sticking their nose into it, right? No, that's not going to happen. So what's the alternative? Iran is not going to, right now, Iran is operating from a strength of position that they didn't have before the war. Donald Trump just made Iran's military stronger, and they have made them more fearful. Well, they made the world more fearful of them, right? Those countries that they have a problem with, right? And they have more respect now. Around the world, Iran has more respect and more sympathy. Yeah. That most people around the world, even in this country, was rooting for Iran. Yeah. I think because people know that if you allow the United States to get away with what they did to Iran, to start a war, an illegal war with Iran, then they do the same thing in the next country and then the next. What's going to stop them from taking over Canada? Canada right next door. What would stop them? What would stop them? Nothing. The only thing that stopped them from taking Greenland is that the rest of the world stood up and said no. Europe stood up and said no, we're not co-signing that. And if you do that, it's going to be some problems. And Trump, he didn't want that work. He did not want that type of work. So he backed off. Trump is the type of dude that he'd rather ask for forgiveness than permission. So he's going to do anything like a child. You know how kids do. A kid will do anything you let him get away with it. Just like you see kids cussing and stuff in front of adults. That never happened when I was growing up. It didn't happen the way it happens now. Let me put it like that. For the most part, I don't even know if I ever witnessed a kid cussing in front of an adult. I'm saying cussing and knowing that an adult was present. I don't think I've ever seen that growing up. Yeah, kids had a lot more respect because they knew that there would be consequences to their actions. Trump is the same way. Like when there's consequences to his actions, he'll back down. But if not, he'll keep on pushing, keep on pushing, keep on pushing until somebody stops him. I don't see a deal, fam. I don't see a deal anytime soon. Iran is not giving up their nuclear program. You can forget that. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.